What's up, guys? This is the Will and Will podcast. I'm Big Will.
I'm Little Will.
We just thought we're father and son. We just thought we'd start a podcast since everybody and their dog's got a freaking podcast. So we're just going to do a podcast. We're just going to talk about whatever kind of pops into our head. Just kind of randomly go from there. So hope you guys enjoy our subjects and our topic and what we talk about. And be sure to comment if you got any questions or you want to say anything about anything we've talked about. We always will try to get back to you and all that good stuff. But had a funny thing happen today. Me and Little Will were at Atwood's, and we were talking about how everything's made in Korea. And
No, this is what happened, alright. I'll tell story. Listen. So my dear old dad here gets a box, and I know this is from Korea, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Not a lot of things are made in Korea, especially not shipped over. And he's like, well, why not? Why not? It's probably cheap labor over there. I was like, no cheap labor in Korea. That's a developed country. There's no cheap labor in Korea. He said, there's two Koreas.
Yeah, there's a north and a south.
And she really thought that this cheap labor was coming from North Korea. And so he's certain. He's certain that there is cheap labor in South Korea. And so he shows me an article about cheap labor in South Korea. The article is from 1970.
What I did is I just punched in labor costs in Korea. And the first thing that popped up was that article. And it just so happened that article was from 1970. And it was talking about cheap labor costs.
In 1970, South Korea. And he immediately gave up on the argument. Just
yeah, wasn't an argument I was going to
win. Speaking of East Asia, Japanese man got a little too drunk for his own good. He had a file.
He had two USB drives.
USB drives with over, was it 400?
Half a million, almost half a million.
People.
Names, addresses, birth dates, all that good stuff.
All that bad stuff, because in this story, he got a little tipsy and he lost them. Yeah, all this data lost.
Passed out drunk. Somebody stole them.
Probably. I mean, we assume so.
Well, the thing is, though, if somebody took that, how many times have you seen a USB drive land somewhere? You could care less about what's in it. So nobody could care less about the USB drive. But they also looked it up, and none information had been taken from the USB drive. So when this guy passed out drunk, somebody came along, they saw a backpack, and so they jacked his crap.
Well, nothing's happened yet.
Yeah.
The story is still fairly new.
Yeah.
But
listen, man, if you see a guy passed out and you jack his crap, you're not going for USB drives. You could care less. If you're one of those people where you're going to steal somebody off of somebody that's drunk, passed out, you could care less about that.
Hopefully the thieves are just idiots.
Yeah.
So they don't know.
They could care less about those USB drives. Yeah, when you say idiots, guess what? Did you see the thing about Biden?
that's what I just... Speaking of idiots.
Yeah, with the cue cards and showing... Yeah.
Our Commander-in-Chief.
Yeah. Okay, you sit here at the chair.
The Commander-in-Chief was at a ceremony, and he flashed a little cue card by accident. And the cue card had some embarrassing instructions on them. You want to talk about them?
Yeah. It was, it's like something that a third grader would, their mom. Yeah. Okay, you're going to stand at the bus stop, and when the bus comes up, they're going to open the door. You're going to go in the bus stop.
No, it's not you, it's you.
Yes, Y-O-U, capital letters.
Full bold and Y-O-U. Like, who else is he going to think it is? Like is he going to read the card like, is it going to be someone else, not me?
I mean, let's face it, the guy's old. I mean, the bicycle, you fell off the freaking bicycle the other day, bro.
I didn't see that. What is that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. All I call was telling he was riding a bike down the street with a bunch of other people, and when he went to stop, it fell over, and he crashed his bicycle. But if I got on a bicycle right now, I'd probably freaking crash. I ain't been on a bicycle in so dang long. I'd probably wreck it, too.
That's,
Who knows? I mean, when's the last time you rode a bike, dude?
I probably don't ride enough bikes, to be honest.
It's been forever,
yeah.
right?
So at least the old man's getting out there and being active.
Yeah, at least he's trying.
At least he's trying.
Maybe you should consider taking up golf or something instead of bike riding. Can't get hurt too bad playing golf. Might hurt some people playing golf, but
well, he's definitely hurting some people as the president of the United States.
yeah. But talk about getting hurt though. What about the kids at the Schlotzsky Deli? Cut his finger off with the
Schlotzsky Deli.
Yeah.
Where's the deli at again? God, it was
Memphis, Tennessee, maybe.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, something like that.
Schlotzsky's Deli.
They actually got in trouble because they had so many kids working underage that weren't even supposed to be around. The thing is, he's 16. You think he's never picked up a freaking knife before? Has he never cut a piece of meat in his life? The kid's ate a sandwich, for God's sakes. He's 16. You can't have a 16-year-old working at your freaking restaurant cutting meat?
I don't know, labor laws or labor laws.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man.
Keeping those 3-year-olds out of the coal mines.
The kid can drive a car at 16.
But he can't use
He can get a gun and get a hunting license and go kill a deer at 16. He can get a girl pregnant and get married at 16 and have a baby. But he can't use a freaking slicer to cut somebody up some ham for a sandwich.
Well, obviously he couldn't since he got his finger cut up.
Yeah, that's he's an idiot.
So obviously...
That's because he's an
I mean,
idiot.
come on, who wasn't an idiot when they were 16?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. The rule, you can't use a deli slicer when you're 16. You can get your driver's license and run into a freaking family and kill them on the road, but you can't cut their meat for a sandwich. That's freaking idiot, stupid crap right there. That's our government laws at work, bro. That's the bullcrap government laws at work.
Well, the man was 16 and he wasn't supposed to be using it, and obviously he couldn't since he did cut his finger.
That's like somebody being 18.
Yeah.
They can go to the military. Yeah. They can fight for the country. They can get killed and die, but they can't smoke a cigarette or drink a beer until they're 21. Come on, bro.
That's the government for you.
Come on, bro.
You know, they just want to use you.
Yeah, they want to say, okay, you're 18, you're an adult. Really?
You can't do this, and this.
But you can't smoke a cigarette. Oh, yeah. I thought I was 18, I thought I was an adult. Yeah, but you're not that an adult enough. Oh, I can go kill people in war, but I can't drink a beer? No, you're not that enough of an adult. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That crap drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy how the world works.
Yeah.
You went to some pretty crazy places recently, huh?
Yeah, we just got back from the Grand Canyon. We took a 2-week vacation to the Grand Canyon. We weren't at the Grand Canyon for the full 2 weeks. We went to Mesa Verde for about 3 or 4 days, and that, if you don't know what that is, that's where you see like the houses, the rock houses, the cliff houses.
The Navajo Indian houses.
Yes, it's crazy, dude, how they built it up so high and so below. I mean, there's no access. Why? There's so much land there. Why are you going to those 8,500 feet up in the air? Why are you building 8,500 feet up in the air in the middle of nowhere? There's no water. They get 18 inches of rain a year. We got 18 inches of rain last week. They get 18 inches of rain a year.
I don't know, maybe some ancient Indian looked around like a Forrest Gump and just like, oh, this is where I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
Just like Forrest Gump.
Well, the thing is, there's no getting to it. I mean, if you're walking and looking for a place and all of a sudden you see this ginormous goddamn mountain, yeah, I think I'll be going around this way or going around that way. Why are you going to climb over it when you can just go around it? So, yeah, we saw that. That was super cool. We went to the
Petrified Forest.
Forest. That was pretty cool. I'd been there, though, when I was younger, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Just dead trees, really?
Yeah. We went to Painted Desert, which the Painted Desert and the Petrified Forest are the same place, basically. You just drive down this road, and it's all right there together. We went to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
A place where they filmed Breaking Bad.
Yes, we went to the zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I got to meet Donald Cowboy Cerrone. So I'm sitting there, looking at the orangutans, which, by the way, is my mother-in-law's distant relatives. So we were looking at some of her family members, and I heard a voice, and I'm like, I know that voice. I'm in freaking Albuquerque, New Mexico. I should not be knowing that voice. What's that voice? And I look over, God dang Donald Cowboy Cerrone right there with his family.
Do you want to explain who he is?
Donald Cowboy Cerrone is a UFC fighter. He was in the WEC. The UFC bought out the WEC, and then when they did, they bought out all the fighters as well. And then they abolished the WEC, and everything just became the UFC. So Donald Cerrone kicked over to the UFC from the WEC when UFC bought him out. So, yeah, he's been fighting for nearly 20 years, and I've been watching him fight for nearly that full 20 years. Dude's just a banger.
But you say you recognized his voice before his face?
Yeah, recognize his voice, because, I didn't see him. I mean, there's a bunch of people around this orangutan, because it had just had a baby. And so there's a bunch of people around it. Yeah, and so then I just heard this guy asking this lady questions, like, I know that voice. I do not know anybody in Albuquerque, New Mexico. How do I know that guy's voice? And then I look over, and it's Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Of course, so I was like, get a picture, get a picture, get a picture. Which I wanted a picture, but he was with his family, so I was like, I can't get a picture with that guy.
Yeah, so, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, but I did, before we left, he kind of walked away from the family a little bit. I think he had got a phone call or something like that, and he'd walked away, and as he was kind of going back, I walked over and was like, hey, man.
That's when you ambushed him?
Yeah, just want to say I'm a huge fan, appreciate, love watching you fight, all that good stuff. And he was cool. He's like, thank you, man, I appreciate that. Short and sweet, nothing to it. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, then we went to the Grand Canyon. We did the helicopter ride down the Grand Canyon. We did the float trip down the Grand Canyon. We did the skywalk thing, where you walk out on the glass overlooking the Grand Canyon, all that. It was cool. But gas, we spent $3,000 on gas.
Wow.
Yeah, $3,000. Now, we are pulling a camper, a 30-foot camper, and I'm the kind of guy that I don't care if I'm pulling a goddamn bulldozer. I'm doing 80 miles an hour down the road. I can attest to that. I'm not going to ease up. I'm not going to do 40 or 50. Oh, I'm pulling a trailer. I need to slow down. No. I'm pulling a trailer, and you need to go ahead and get out of my way, just like you needed to get out of my way before I was pulling a trailer. Yeah. So, yeah, we spent $3,000 on gas. Probably close to $10,000 total for the whole trip, just for the fact that we had so many activities. We went dune buggy riding in the desert. We went horseback riding around a horseshoe canyon. We done tons of crap. So anything that you see on a picture or a postcard or anything that's a beautiful place like that that's in that area, we went there. We did have one day where we had some smoke real bad because there were some wildfires in New Mexico. So we had one day where the visibility was not good at all. But luckily we were leaving that day.
I didn't hear about that. I didn't actually go on the trip with them. But while I was away and by myself, I got to experience the craziness of life and death. So there were these. My dad had some little chickens, and
ducks,
yes, and some turkeys too. Don't forget about them. And I go out there one day to feed them, water them, and I get out there, and it's just an absolute massacre. Heads with whole bodies laying everywhere. It is the goriest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Crazy stuff. Crazy.
I feel like it was a raccoon because that's what they do. They'll kill something and then start eating it, and they'll see something else move, then they'll go kill it and start eating it, and then they'll see something else move and they'll kill it and go start eating it. So they will literally just take out an entire family of baby ducklings or whatever and leave body parts everywhere.
And this animal didn't even... There was a whole turkey just laying there. And the animal just left it.
Yeah. Killed it just to be killing it.
Turkey.
Yeah, that's what they do. Kill it just to be killed. So now we're down. We had 3 turkey babies. Now we're down to 1. We had 5 duck babies, or 6. 5 or 6. And now we're down to 2.
Yeah.
But we had 2 little baby chickens, but those still...
Completely untouched.
Yeah, those are okay.
Well, I guess whatever it was, didn't like chicken.
But they're fast. So it could be whatever was trying to get them, the raccoon or whatever, those things are fast.
Little speedy chickens, that reminds me of that story we heard about in Florida. A guy was
with his rooster.
Yeah, a guy was chasing his rooster.
Yeah.
And he stumbles upon, what is it, a
skull?
Yeah, he kicks the skull, stumbles upon chasing his rooster.
Yeah. Yeah, they have yet to determine if it's male or female because it was so badly decomposed.
Didn't they find other people's bones?
Yeah, they found other bones. They found the skull, and then once they started digging, they found other bones, but they haven't found enough to determine whether or not it's a male or a female.
I'm hoping that hopefully it's just some ancient native bones or something.
The thing is, imagine all the bones that are everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there are literally the thousands of years of people living here, thousands and thousands of millions of people that have died. They're somewhere. All the grave sites around here are recent from, late 1800s and before. So you got to think, all the people that died before that. There's body. We walk on bodies. We drive on bodies. We go past bodies. There's bodies freaking
whole world's
everywhere.
a cemetery, basically.
Yeah, there's bodies everywhere. So yeah, it's.
Let's just hope these bodies aren't recent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's Florida. I mean, come on, come on.
It's
There's
not
dead
Florida.
bodies everywhere in Florida. If there's not,
yeah.
there needs to be. If you live in Florida, you probably deserve to be a dead body eventually somewhere that somebody finds. It's the armpit of America. So, listen, everything rolls downhill, right? What's at the bottom of the hill? Florida. Florida.
Alligators, anacondas.
Yeah, Florida's at the bottom of the hill, so
Crackheads.
it all gets washed down.
And old people.
The bottom of the hill. Well, we got our fair share of crackheads around here, right?
Well, true, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
nothing compared to Florida.
Yeah, no.
It's a whole nother breed.
Yeah. Yep. So, anyway. Well, you got anything else you want to talk about today?
Nope, I think this is a good wrap up to our very first podcast episode. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience?
No, guys, we're going to try to do this once a week. We're going to just try to talk about whatever pops into our head. And
hopefully we'll come on a little prepared next time.
Yeah, whatever.
We're just kind of rushed this time.
Whatever we feel like talking about, we're going to talk about and just kind of go from there. And I don't think we want to tackle any major, big, political crap or major stuff. If we talk about it, we talk about it. If we don't, we don't. But we're just going to try to keep it lighthearted and fun and goofy and silly kind of thing. But
we'll see where the wind takes us.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, please comment. We'd love to hear from everybody, and we're just trying to get this thing going. So hopefully one of these days it'll be big, and we can reap what we have sown in our rewards. Rich and famous.
Yeah, you gotta do the YouTube thing. You gotta make sure like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
There you go.
Make
Right
sure
on,
to hit that
right
bell
on.
notification button.
All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. This has been the Will
And Will Show.
We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.